man, not a lot of likes. Okay, so hold on here. This is what I posted up. So there's stats for Orleans. As usual, when I get back into stats, I always tend to start there because it's where I live. So I'm going to read the stats and then I'm going to read what I added to my post. This is for Orleans, and let's get into the usual format that I do. We'll start with detached homes. There's currently 9. This is 4 weeks ending June 12th. 4 weeks ending June 2nd. Yes. Active. There's 98 active detached homes, averaging 41 days on market, with an average list price of $902,000. There's 12 currently conditionally sold, averaging 66 days on market at an average price of $739,000. There was 93 sold in the last 4 weeks, averaging 29 days on market at an average price of $795,000. Last year, same time, 90 sold in the 4 weeks, 14 days on market, $840K was the average price. So you look at that, the average sold price of the last 4 weeks being $795. That seems low versus the active at $902. Now, again, I have to say that I leave in the high ones and I leave in some of the low ones. I only take out the real outliers that make absolutely no sense. But there's currently a lot of big over $1 million properties for sale in Orleans right now, which is bringing that number up to 902. Anyways, interesting. Let's go into towns. Sorry,
how come the sold price is so much higher than the conditionally sold currently?
That's just, I don't know. It's just what it is. Some of the lesser homes, you know what I mean? They could be sitting in the 5s. Those conditionally sold could be a fixer upper. Yeah, to go through and kind of like take out the ones that just don't really fit. I was just thinking it's too much to be doing.
We need the highest and the lowest out, and then you keep the rest,
That's pretty much what I do. So, but that is low. You're right. The 739 is low. The 795, I think, is also a little bit low from solds. I mean, 840 last year and then 902. So I think that'll, that's an interesting number. Now,
this includes May sales because the May stats haven't come out
yet. May,
right?
This is all May in Orleans.
Okay.
So monthly stats for Orleans, towns and semis. Currently 49 active, averaging 36 days on market at an average price of $652,000. Conditionally sold, we have 7, averaging 14 days on market at an average price of $621,000. Sold in the last 4 weeks, we had 57, averaging 18 days on market at an average price of $600,000. At the same time in 2022, we had 58 sold, almost exactly the same, averaging 12 days on market with an average price of $653,000. So the active price now is the same as the sold price in 2022. But the solds were 600 and the conditionally solds are 621. So that is very indicative of what I'm seeing in the market for towns and semis, because it's still the hot market, right? Everyone can kind of shop around there. And it's clear that, sold versus conditional versus active. And last year, I mean, we could hit that 653 or 650 number again by the end of June, depending on what happens this month.
We're definitely trending that way. I mean, that's a pretty big jump and very close in numbers. I mean, the number of units sold basically identical.
I know
to 2022, off by 1, and days on market only off by 6 days, so less than a week,
which is wild.
Yeah,
it's
and price only off by 8.2% off in price.
There's David, the human calculator, doing his thing.
I've got a calculator, not human.
Yeah. Don't spoil it.
It's like our teachers when you're a kid.
Calculator.
Hey, what do you think? You're gonna have a calculator in your pocket everywhere you go? Yes.
Okay, so this one's interesting too. Monthly stats: Orleans for condos, active 26 active condos, averaging 45 days on market at an average list price of $475,000. We currently have 5 conditionally sold, averaging 17 days on market at an average price of $419,000. Sold in the last 4 weeks, 47, averaging 38 days on market at an average price of $450,000. And last year, same time, there was 51 sold, 13 days on market, same price, $450,000. So the number of units and the price is exactly the same as last year for condos in Orleans. Days on market is just a little bit more. But with the conditional sales, we're seeing that number coming down. Price seems to be down, which is interesting. The big ones, the 475 average price, there's a big one at Inlet Private down the hill, the Brazil, the towers that overlook the Ottawa River. That one's, I think that one's listed in the 8s. So that's bringing that price up, the average price. So I think, if we were to remove that, we'd be closer to this, between the 400 and 450 range. But I like the 419 conditionally sold. I think that's where a lot of these should sit. But the nice ones clearly are still going for more. Rentals, guys, check this. 26 active, 32 days on market average, 3,000 average price. That's for the active ones. There's none conditional. We had 49 rented, averaging 19 days on market, 2,500, and rented in 2022, the exact same thing. And I went back and I looked at that just to make sure I wasn't making a mistake.
Didn't update. Yeah.
And I look at that and I still want to go and look at it again, but I did a triple check and that seemed to be right. So that's it. 2,500 is the average price right now of rented, and that's the same as last year. While the active ones are averaging 3,000. That's for some bigger singles that are obviously looking for bigger dollars. But my comment was this. I'm going to read exactly what I read, because if you look at this, like detached, and you look at the town semis, 49 active, 98 active, average days on market 41, 36. So this is what I wrote. Stats for Orleans. What does this mean? It means that things are still moving and prices have continued a steady increase close to last year's numbers over the same period. House hunters are now accustomed to the rates and no longer complaining about, I wish I had 1.9% financing. The only complaint we get is that there is no inventory. While this may be true on a macro level, if you look, there are good homes for sale. The ones that are sitting may need some work, but have you ever heard of negotiating a great price and doing some work in the house to make it a home? Seems like most buyers don't want to do that. If you're waiting for the perfect home with everything done to perfection, guess what? There are 20 plus buyers looking for the same thing. So be ready to bid high and hard if you want to win. Don't miss out on opportunities that are right in front of you if you're shopping for a new home, because clearly there's properties available. And people just aren't offering because they want everything done.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, because we'd really like that.